Hello mouses! I think this camera is too low down. This isn't going to work out well. Hello mouses! We didn't have a video yesterday because of technical issues, but I am back now and there's a lot to talk about because it's the news on Tuesday. Let's get started. Okay, first of all, we have this issue that's come up with Israel. Not just the Israel-Gaza war that's currently going on. There is a bit of a ceasefire now, but I doubt it'll last. But that's not what we want to talk about today. What we want to talk about today is the fact that the Deputy Defence Minister for Israel has declared that they are doing a Holocaust on Palestinian people. The current war that they're having against the Palestinians is what he called Shoah. Now, I'm probably mispronouncing that because not only am I tone deaf, but I don't speak Hebrew. So, I'm just reading what it says on the screen, and what it says on the screen was Shoah. And for those of you who haven't had that translated for you, I would say for those of you who don't speak Hebrew, but it would be for we who don't speak Hebrew, because I don't speak it either. The word Shoah is used exclusively to refer to the Nazi persecution of Jewish people and all of the Holocaust that goes around that. So, the fact that there's been a taboo on using this word in Israel to refer to any kind of attacks on other people, apart from Jewish people, by the Nazis, has just been broken by the defence minister during the time when he's talking about the Palestinians that they're currently bombing. That's big news. It is essentially them admitting that, yes, in this case, the Jewish people attacking the Palestinians, yes, we are the bad guys. That is amazing. It's like, dude, you've just undermined your entire argument. There is now no excuse for what you're doing. You have admitted what you're doing. This is simply unacceptable behaviour, what they're doing. I'm not going to try and get on with what a lot of people have been doing on the internet, basically mudslinging and saying, well, you started it, no, you started it first, no, you started it first. Because, let's face it, this has been going on since around the time of the Jewish war, where Hadrian levelled Jerusalem, literally levelled it, built a new city, Aelia Capitolina, and gave it to the control of the Palestinians. Before that, the area was Jewish and Palestinian, or at least they're precursors to the people that we call Jews and Palestinians now, and it was under Jewish control. And then the Romans came along, they occupied the area. It was very much multicultural because that's what the Romans did, especially during the Golden Age, which is when Hadrian was around. And then Hadrian came along, gave the area to the Palestinians for control because he wanted to stick it to the Jews who'd been rebelling against Rome. And as a result, we've got both sides now claiming, but this is our homeland, this is our birthright, this is where we live. And the fact is, you're not going to get either side to claim that it's not their birthright, that it's not their homeland, that it's not where they live, because they're both from there, they've both been there for thousands of years, and neither's going to move. So, they're going to have to learn to share. And the fact that Israel has now effectively said, yes, we've got a Holocaust on these people, means that they can no longer hold the moral high ground. They have to come to the bargaining table and sort this problem out once and for all. This is inexcusable behaviour that they're now engaging in, and it's been something that people have been saying for a long time. They're going to have to now learn to share. Okay, moving on. The other thing that I want to talk about today is another problem of religion. The Church of England's General Synod has decided that it won't have women bishops. It was the Church of England, wasn't it? Yes. Apparently it is the Church of England. Well done me and my research. The Church of England's General Synod almost voted for equality, almost voted to come into the modern era and embrace the fact that men and women are allowed to do the same things, but didn't quite. There are 3 houses in the General Synod which must vote 75% in favour of something for it to change, and 2 of them voted with that 75% margin, and 1 of them had 64%. It needed 6 more votes to push it over the 75% mark, and they didn't get it. Apparently it's taken 12 years of campaigning to get to the point where they almost got equality and almost got the church to say, yes, we know it's the modern world, but they didn't get it. So now they have to wait 5 more years in order to get another debate on this and another attempt at a vote on equality. And to be honest with you, that's 5 years is not much in political terms, but 5 years is a long time for the lives and careers of the people that they're effectively holding out on jobs and positions and chances at reforming the church into something that's relevant. So, I don't know whether this is, oh, we're going to hold it off because by the next time this comes up, all of these idiots over here will have retired, or whether it's, let's hold it off for another 5 years, and then next time, maybe we can hold it off for another 5 years, and we'll keep pushing and pushing until they give up. I'll tell you now, they'll never give up, because equality is not something that comes and goes like a fad. It's there, and if you don't like it, tough. So to all the people who didn't vote for equality and to let women act the same as men in an organisation that is supposed to be rooted around a book that says treat everyone nicely and fairly and be nice, get a fucking life. Have you ever read the book that you're supposed to be spouting to all your believers and all your followers and all the people that look to you for the moral high ground? Because right now, you're not acting like it. Grow up, learn to live in the world that's around you, and move on from your stupid backward opinions. Okay, final story that I want to bring up. I was going to go with the Andrew Coulson and Rebecca Brooks one, but to be honest with you, I think given the amount of time that this has gone on and the fact that they still haven't got to court, I'm going to leave that till they actually arrive there. What I want to talk about instead is this guy who managed to lose £1.4 billion while gambling with stocks. This guy, Kweku Adeboli, and I'm probably mispronouncing that as well because, like I said earlier, I am tone deaf and I don't really know a huge amount of languages. I know some, and they're mostly Western European, and this guy's name isn't from Western Europe, so we're a bit stuck. But he's lost an awful lot of money by basically gambling with a lot of stocks and shares. His bosses, according to him, were happy to allow him to act recklessly with regard to pushing all of his trades and taking risks and doing what he can to make the bank as much money as possible. And it worked a lot of the time. And then the financial crisis came along and it all fell apart. So, he's now in a position where, oh my goodness, I've lost all this money. What do I do? What do I do? I'm going to lose my job. I should go and tell someone what I've done and hope for the best. But he didn't do that. He went, oh my god, we're going to lose so much money. I'm going to lose my job. What shall I do? I will cover it up. And I will fraudulently create these accounts. This is basically what seems to have happened according to the news reports. And I will make it look like all of the stuff didn't happen. Well done. It's not like anyone will ever find that out, will they? Well, they didn't, funny enough. No one found him out. He admitted it when it was all losing total control, and he basically came clean too late and did too little to stop it. So, he's now in court. He's just been sentenced to 7 years. He will serve half of that, minus the 1 year that he's already served while the trial was ongoing. Well, to me, that seems like a bit of a slap on the wrist. So, you lose £1.4 billion, and you get 7 years in prison, but you only have to serve half of it. If I went out and did fraud, I would get 10 years in prison, and I would probably serve 10 years in prison. So, barring the fact that I might get good behaviour time off and things like that, I'd probably get 10 years. This guy lost a fortune, and he gets 7, but he doesn't have to serve 7. So, that just seems a bit wrong to me. So, basically, it's almost like a reward. If you're going to do something, do it so spectacularly and on such a large scale that people won't be able to sentence you properly, and then they'll just pull a number out of their arse. That seems to be how the law works now. So, I'm not very happy about this, because I think, for a start, if you're given 7 years, you should serve 7 years. Okay, we'll take the year that he's already served, because he's already served it. But he still shouldn't be getting out halfway through, because that's just stupidity. So you're given 7 years, but you're not going to actually get it. So why give him 7 years? Why not just give him 3.5? It doesn't make sense to me. And that's the problem, isn't it? Because it's sentences like this that are getting the legal system, the reputation that it's got, that's too soft on people. It is too soft on people. It doesn't sentence half as much as it should do, and most of the time it's slap on the wrist offences like fines or a bit of community service, where you should actually be in prison. And then when it does send people to prison, it's like you're getting 10 years for setting fire to a shed, but the person over there who's murdered, he's only getting 15. So what do you have to do to get a proper sentence? Should the guy have murdered and then put the body in the shed and set it on fire? Would he have got a proper sentence then? That's the standard we have to deal with. But this guy, he's lost a fortune. He tried to cover it up. He tried to save his own arse at the expense of the people that he was working for, and as a result, he gets a pittance of a sentence. That seems wrong to me. And I'd like to know whether it seems wrong to you as well. So if it does, or even if it doesn't, leave a comment down below and we'll have a discussion on it. But that's all I've got time for this time. So until next time, thanks for watching. Remember to click the like button, share it with your friends so that they can see what's been going on in the world as well, and subscribe for future videos. But until tomorrow, I've been Kirk-Robinson, you've been watching the Odd Mouse channel, and I'll see you later.